Oh, the baby is crying. Mm. Okay, let me switch. I know this. All right, let's cut the video. What up? What up? All right, let me see if I can see myself. Let's test the video and if you can hear me. Yep, I hear myself coughing. We're good. All right, what up, fellas? Let me put back on my Monday Night Football here on the phone. Shoot me a text if anyone has any questions at that point of the video, which is item number 8. We will be starting with item number 1. Where's my YouTube? And we'll try to fire through this thing real quick. I mean, it's the end of the season practically here. Let's have a little, just sit back and chat. It's been a long year. I mean, it feels like this was even worse or more delayed than COVID season. 2020 went a bit smoother. I mean, I guess we can expect that some some things are just going to be off because we're now getting out of COVID and people are trying to be back and normalize and semi-normal. But let's get on to what we're here for. We're here to talk about what the postseason should be. I would say I'm a little, I guess everybody is too, a little anxious to get into this and probably disappointed that it's taking so long to get started. So, at our best, let's do what we need to do to get started. I gotta say that I'm gonna set a schedule for the postseason, and it's gonna be strict, no excuses type thing going on. Once I get to that point, I'm gonna break it down some more. But to start things off, let's go over. Let's share. Let's go over our talking points for today. Where's where? Here it is. All right. The first thing is, where is the postseason going to be? It's gonna be it's gonna be held in the current league that we're in. And just to let you guys know, um, trying to hold it in the league that I created for the postseason is a bit difficult. We have a lot of moves to make. We already started at making these moves, but also some of the players are missing. I don't know. The show just cut players out for no reason in that league. Not sure how it happened because there are like major league players missing all over the place. Like I think Chris Bryant, a lot of players for the Cubs are missing, some players for the Blue Jays, and that was just going through 2 teams. We didn't even go through all the teams, and we found players missing everywhere. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run it in the current league that we're in. I don't expect it to be anything crazy because every issue that we can run into, we have an answer for it. So, like the first issue would be, what about your rotation? You want to have fresh starting pitching for the postseason. At best, what I can do is, and already tested, is I can sim some games on the teams like Baltimore, Detroit, that's not in the league. I can sim some wins to guys. Well, I'll have to do it to everyone in the league. So you can start the postseason with your number one pitcher at full energy, because I know everyone will want to use their number one. And then when it comes down to games available for your opponent, we will reset those games. I mean, I'll take a final snapshot of the final season record, and we can sort of mirror it with all these sim games anyway. If we want to mirror it to the sim games, what does that mean? For example, okay, I'm the Nationals. I got to face the Red Sox. On the current schedule in the season, I only have one game available. It's a 5-game series. I can tell you this: I will reset 2 of those games between the Nationals and the Red Sox. And if you want to just see your record back to where it was when the season ended, I can sim 2 wins, losses, whatever, to your record, which I will have to do anyway, so that everyone gets full energy. So I'm going to contact everyone in terms of how many games or starts or sims they need for their number one to get at full energy. I'm going to do this for the number one mainly, and then the rest will have to work itself out. I assume if I were to sim a game against your team versus like Baltimore, that once the number one gets ready, your 2 and 3 will sort of be right there anyway, so it won't be crazy. Now, what's interesting, this doesn't help your bullpen, so I'll be getting on the phone with you to assist with this, or just a text. It's just, call up all the back crappy bullpen guys so they get used up in the sim game if possible. Shouldn't be crazy. And then, leave your number one in the rotation. Anyone that is a full energy bar, if you have 2, 3, 4, 5s, as long as they're still SP, don't move anyone that's been changed by the show to RP, because then you won't be able to bring them back. An example was Luis Severino was changed on the Yankees to a relief pitcher. And if you have him in your starting rotation out front, not the sent down version, if you have him there and don't move him, you'll be fine. But the minute you move him, he'll go down to the reserve relief pitchers. So don't do that. As long as your guys have SP on them, starting pitcher on them, you can send them down and call up some minor league or whatever bottom end type pitchers. And the guys that need the energy rejuvenated, leave them there. The guys that have full energy, send them down, because they're going to get a boost that's not needed. And then we sim a game or two, and we get your rotation fully beefed up, full energy. Same thing with your relievers. You can put secondary pitchers that are in the sort of a back end of the 40-man row into your sort of starting relief pitcher lineup. And if you want, you can put them in the key spots like closers and stuff like that. So they will get used, long relief closer and sort of one in setup, and then move around the guys that you really want energy to be replenished, move them around to like middle relief spots, and they likely shouldn't be used in the game, in the sim game. And we will have full energy bars on the critical guys you need to start your postseason. So the postseason structure is pretty much going to be the same like last year, where the high plays the lows. I want to mention that part. So we're going to go over the before we get into the schedule, we're going to go over the postseason bracket. and where we are. We have about 2 games remaining, and we have 2 games remaining, and they will be played tonight. And the bracket for I'm going to stop the share here. The bracket for playoff A. Well, let me go back a step. There's going to be 2 playoff style. There's going to be 2 playoffs run. There's going to be like a consolation bracket and a main playoff bracket. So the main playoff bracket we can see is over here, and that's the top 9 record-wise guys in the league. I think we have these 2 guys here tied at 37 and 31. The tiebreaker is runs scored, as we said at the beginning of the season. So 37 and 31 for the Angels, 37 and 31 for the Rockies, and they're playing the deciding game tonight. So if the Rockies win, either of these guys win, they will move up to battle the Padres. You're seeing the Angels at 254 runs in 3 games. I think he will score more than 258, which is the next highest at 38 wins. 38 wins and 31 losses. So either the Rockies will go to 38 and 31, or the Angels will go to 38 and 31. And either of those guys will go and face the Padres. They'll go face Mike, and then everyone else gets shifted down. So if the Rockies were to win, or the Angels would win, they'd go in here. The Twins would then face. So the Twins likely is facing Chi Sox hands down, because one of those guys is going to get a win. So Twins and the Chi Sox are deadlocked in a match. That's not going to change. And going forward from that, you have the Brewers and the Blue Jays actually have their final season game to play. But yeah, so if the Brewers wins, the Brewers could end up staying right here and facing the Blue Jays. If he loses, he gets pushed down to the play-in game versus the loser of the Angels and the Rockies last game, which is going on right now. And then that would put the Dodgers to face the Blue Jays. Let's say the Brewers wins his final game. He has more runs scored than the Dodgers, so he stays right here. He will win his final game and face the Blue Jays. And that means the Dodgers is automatically locked in, because he'll get pushed down. He'll be at 38 and 31, and the Brewers will be at 38 and 31 with more runs scored. And just remember that the Twins will be here, and the winner of the Angels-Rockies will be here. And the loser of the Angels-Rockies will be hosting the 3-game play-in series to face AJD, because they already have more run. The loser won't. The loser will be not hosting this series. This is not a 1-game knockout. This is a best of 3. They will have 32 losses, and Jay has 31. So Jay will be getting 2 home games, and he will go here. So depending on if the Brewers loses his game, if the Brewers loses his game, the Jay stays he doesn't have to play a play-in series. If he wins, he does have to play a play-in series. So the Brewers is trying to win, so he doesn't have to be the one playing the play-in series. And that's it. The Rockies and the Angels are fighting to get out of that play-in 3-game series and start straight away at the Padres. I don't know which one matters more. Do you want to go straight at the Padres, or do you want to play 3 games against Dodgers or Brewers and then run into the Indians? Either way, it sounds like misery. And either way, you still will end up facing the Indians. So good luck, fellas. Enjoy. It should be a fun playoff series, and it looks like it's going to go down to some good game fives or game threes. In the consolation playoffs, um, the Cardinals and the Phillies are locked in against each other. We can start these guys off as early as tomorrow. That series will not be changing. The Astros and the Mets are stuck against each other. They're going to lock horns, and the winner of that series will face the Braves. The winner of the series of Cardinals Phillies will face the Yankees. Right now, the Cubs and the Rays are sort of locked into facing each other. Let's see, the Cubs has 169 runs scored, so they're at the same record as the Nationals. They cannot move up from the 13th seed to the 12th seed. We both have the same record, but I supersede with 218 runs. I'll have to check the Rays runs scored. I think the Rays is very close to 218 runs, and he could overtake me and have that 12th seed, and that would push the Nationals to the 13th seed, and then the Cubs would be pushed to the 14th seed. So the teams at the top will be hosting, so they get the home series advantage. The teams underneath will be getting they'll be the away. They'll get the one less game at home. The Red Sox is stuck in this position, and the Braves is the number 2 seed for the consolation playoffs. The Yankees is the number 1 seed for the consolation playoffs. And in the main playoffs, playoff A, the Indians with the best record, the number 1. The number 2 seed goes to the Blue Jays. The number 3 seed goes to the Chi Sox, and the number 4 seed goes to the Padres. And as we all said before, it'll shift and shuffle based on how those 2 final games go for the A playoffs. I believe once the Rays plays his final game against the Astros, we will see on the run scored. And if he wins that game, he's either jumping up to the 12th seed, depending on the run scored, but definitely I'm sure he has more runs than the Cubs, so he will be hosting. He'll either move to the 12th or 13th seed, so he will be hosting. He won't be at a disadvantage on home games for this series, all right? Or the series versus the Red Sox if he moves that far up. And that's your seeding. The payout I will break down in a minute. Let's just go back to the topics and get back to the order that I set before. So here's where we are next. So we know that we're going to run this playoffs within the current league. There's going to be some work in terms of resetting games and getting pitchers ready. It's going to be less than trying to move all these players and try to finding players that we can't even find. And in terms of resetting games, I'll do it per the opponent. So I won't go resetting games for guys that you aren't matched up with yet. So it'll go per series, per opponent, and we'll take it as it goes. So if you're facing Cubs in the first round, you're facing Indians in the first round, wherever you need games to be played there, I'll do the necessary resets, and we'll get that series played. And pretty much it shouldn't be a lot because, once you lose your series, you're sort of out. Now, getting on to the next discussion topic, schedule breakdown. This is going to be no excuses. We're going to be either at the point of giving you a loss on trying to extend this any further, or using a sub to play your game. I know everyone's coming up with a million things to be done, but we cannot have it in this playoffs. I mean, I'm ready to stop playing at this point because of all the delays. It's dragging out too long. Let's get a bit more organized. I know people have a lot of things going on, but you can be more organized and play 3 games in 5 days. It shouldn't take this long. And if you know you are going to be busy or something's coming up, you should let us know ahead of time. In every series round, I'm going to be looking for guys to be coming in and saying, hey, I'm in a 3-game series. It starts today. I'm looking for you to say, I can play today, can't play tomorrow. I can play the final 2 these days or that. I want to schedule day 1. This is no more on the fly scheduling. I think this is why we're having all these delays, because guys are on the fly, and then when something comes up during a day, they just want to disappear. Oh, I'll just hit them up today. I want to play. Oh, I want to watch a football game. I'm just going to tell them, let's do it tomorrow. No, we're going to schedule this from day 1 so everyone knows what's expected of them, and they're gonna need to show up. And if you don't show up, that's when you're gonna forfeit a game, or we're gonna use a sub if possible, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling. So 5 days for a 3-game series, 7 days for a 5-game series, 9 days. So there's only the championship series are 7 games. And these series might not all go 5 games, so you shouldn't need all 7 days. So let's make it snappy. I'm not gonna spend too long on this. The schedule will be posted, and this leads into the next topic. I'll create 2 threads for rotation posting, and everyone just go ahead and post your pictures. So if you're in a 3-game series, you can feel free to just post. It's mandatory to post the first 2 starters, game 1 and game 2. If you are in a 5-game series, we need you to post 3 starters, and then you can do the last 2 starters on the fly, game 4 and game 5. And the same thing now for a 7-game series, we need to see 4 starting pitchers posted. And this is the same thing like we did last year, so it shouldn't be crazy. I'm going to now break down the payout. So here's the payout structure. It's on. I did this way back in the beginning of the season, and I see no reason to change anything. So the majority of the payout is going into playoff A. Playoff B only have payouts at the sort of, what is this? That like the championship series level, sort of. It doesn't matter because we're not following traditional playoff of baseball. We're following a ranking or a seeding system. So the payouts for the B playoff starts here. So when you see 50/25, what does that mean? That means 50 to the winner of the series, 25 to the loser of the series. There's going to be 4 teams. So 2 teams will win 50. 2 teams will win $25. There's no payouts before that. So if you are removed in the B playoffs before then, there is no payout. So at this point, if you want to calculate how much money is to the B playoffs, that will be 50. Let's say 50. 50, that's 100, 25 and 25, that's 50. So that's $150 of the buy-in already used at this level. Then when we get to the championship series, the winner gets 125, the loser gets 50. So we're at $150 on this level. In total payouts, we're at 175. So you're looking at $325 allocated to the B playoffs. It's $1,900 total collected, $100 per 19 teams, 19 owners, $325 going to the B playoffs. That remains $1,575 to the A playoffs. And we would have it go as this. So for the knockout round, so there's a payout at every round in the A playoffs. For the play-in series, the loser gets 50. The winner gets nothing because his payout, he'll keep going forward. So his payout will come once he gets removed. So the winner will go into this series, and in the official first round of the A playoff, the winners win $75. The losers win $50. Going into the second round of the A playoffs, it's a $50 per game. So what does that mean? That means we're gonna have to. I'm gonna give a minimum a minimum payout for the loser. So if someone loses this series and doesn't win a game, it would be unfair to just give them nothing. So it's allocated $50 per game times 5 games. That will be $250. This one is $75 a game times 7 games. It's kind of weird here. Let me group these columns. Merge. Okay, so 75 a game. 75 times 7. $525. And this is the championship series. This is the World Series here. So 525 is allocated to the World Series. 250 times 2, because it's 2 of these series. That is, let's say this is $500 allocated to this round. We're trying to get to our $1,575. It's $50 to this round. And we have 125 times 4 series. So this is equal 125 times 4, 500. So you have 500, 1,000, 1,525, and then your $50. There it is. It matches up. 1,575. And on this level, so it's $50 a game, $250, $250 per series. So let's say you sweep the guy. That would mean you should technically get the whole 250, but I'll probably set $75, let's say, if you get swept. So if you won this series, you would get 75. If you get swept here, you'll also get 75. It's a 5-game series, and that will leave you at $150. If you fight all the way to 5 games, that is 2 wins, $50 per game. That's $175. And the winner of both of these, he will have 75 and 3 wins, so 150. So the winner would be at 225. And then over here, the same thing. You have 4 wins. You get 4 wins. Let's see, equal 4. I don't know if I'll set a minimum on this one and give some guys a chance to just take a higher pot. 4 times 75 is $300. So if it goes 7 games on this series, you'll be at 225 plus 300 is 525. But a winner of someone winning at this level, someone coming into the World Series at 225. All right, we'll give them a minimum of $50, even if they get swept. And so your highest payout for the World Series will be $475. And let's say you swept all the way through, so you'll be $75. You swept here, and your highest payout here is $175. Let's put a little handicap here, 75, and a little handicap here because we want to give a guy, okay, let's see, 525, and the little handicap is going to be $50. Let's say you sweat all the way through. You will have 75, and you will have 175. That brings you at 250, and you'll have 475. That brings you at what, 325, 725. So 725 bucks. Not bad if you sweep all the way. Doubt it, but at minimum, if you win this series 75, if you go 5 games, it's 225 up to this point. If you go 7 games, it's another 300. At minimum, you're at 525. At maximum, I think you're at 725. You're $200 more. And I'm fine with that. And everyone else will be fine. And it divides up within everyone who played, win or lose. You felt like you earned something either way. All right, so that's the breakdown for the postseason payout. The number in the parentheses is the handicap that you could, and the minimum you could walk away with, even if you were to get swept in this series. And there's a payout breakdown. Moving on. We're 40 minutes into this, and I know you guys have zero patience. And I will be explaining this again, which is annoying. But when you see me short is because I spent over an hour doing a video and people still send me a text so I can explain some more. All right, so I did the payout breakdown. We're going to do Zoom calls again for the postseason. The postseason A, we're going to do it for all the rounds. The postseason B, we're going to do it only for the championship series. You guys have been with us last year. You saw how it was done. Use your cell phone, use a laptop, preferably your cell phone so you can turn off the Wi-Fi and just point it at the TV, and let's get in the game. There's going to be 2 separate Zoom calls, one for home, one for away. I'll be broadcasting the away game on Zoom just like this on YouTube. And we will go. Hope to see some fun games. It won't be as many as last year. It was a lot, and I'll be doing it myself, or somebody like Mondi 52 will volunteer, and we'll get this thing going. It should be straightforward. Connection requirements also, is a good segue with this Zoom call. Like, what has disappointed me over the last few years is like playing guys in the game just playing differently, choppy, and everyone that I guess play the game has different opinions of a smooth game. I just like to let you know that there's some internet providers that struggle with producing a smooth game on MLB The Show in terms of online play, and it's not your fault. A lot of you guys get defensive, and I sort of question, like, why are you fighting so much? You're not the one providing the internet. You just bought it from the company. So my experience is some providers, depending on the state, it could be any state, and some of your internet providers in that state, their quality is not good when it comes to this game. And the game of baseball is very delicate. It's like, one little thing can change a game. One little drop data packet can make somebody miss the meter, make a pitch come over the middle of the plate, turn a 3-2 count to a ball right down the middle. You hit a home run, game over. Baseball is that it's like inches on any little thing. It's very important that it be a smooth connection. And some of you guys don't even know that you're the ones that have that subpar company, or it could be a top rate company, but they're not doing well when it comes to this game. And the only way to be more effective and have a solid game is to have pretty much nothing else going on while you're playing. People can't be streaming on your Wi-Fi. They can't be doing heavy loads. That's where it hurts. I've had guys that drop games that can't get into connections with certain people. And I've been monitoring you guys, and I can catch you and play you. I'll play you at a midnight game where it seems like no one else is on in your house, and the gameplay is super stellar. No issue, plays like the best ever. And that tells me it's that your internet provider has like inconsistencies, and especially when it comes to multiple things happening on your network, and your games play perfectly fine. One is just you, the game, and no one else on. So as best as you can, cut the TV off, cut everyone off the Wi-Fi, or just find a time, a pocket within your house where there's not much going on, and get on the game and play. It's only an hour, man. I feel like sometimes I say these things, guys make it like this is impossible to do. Like I have a lot of things going on in my house, and I can tell you I can find 2, 3, 4 hours of when. Oh, I know you're always going in the shower, or you're always settling down. I'll just cut all the TVs off at this point, and I'll hit the first. I'll let them know. Listen, between 9 and 10, people are all settling down in my house, and they don't need to be in front of some device. And I'll shut everything off and play you. That's the type of dedication and foresight we need from everyone for these playoffs so they can run smoothly. It's definitely affecting games. And I mean, you guys already know how frustrated when I hear people say, I didn't see anything. I know you didn't see anything. I'm telling you I seen something. So it's not me or you to prove each other wrong. You didn't see anything, so it means nothing happened. I saw something, so it guarantees that everything is off. No, it means that there's a possibility that the game isn't smooth, and whatever you can do to make the game smooth, whatever you can do on your part to make that happen, make that. I always try to play every single night when my family is they're going down to bed, and all TVs are off. So I'm used to the game showing no glitches. You guys are used to the game playing crappy. That's what I think. I think guys are so used to like, oh, they don't know that certain things, certain little things that I would see, you're thinking, oh no, that's just I just missed my meter. No, to me, I didn't just miss my meter because I know when I miss my meter. I encounter for when I'm gonna miss my meter. I know that the pitch selection, where I'm placing it, this is the chance for me to miss the meter, and when I miss the meter, it's gonna come down the middle. If you're pitching a fastball, right-handed pitcher, and you're trying to throw a fastball to the outer half to a right-handed batter, that's the point of when you miss your meter, it'll go down the middle. If I'm throwing you a fastball inside, right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter, it's never going to come down the middle if the connection is smooth, because all the times that I'm late or early, if I'm early, it goes high. If I'm late, it goes into the batter. So when it comes down the middle, I get pissed off because on smooth connections, I never see that. And for you guys, it's like, well, what are you talking about? Because you don't analyze the game to that level. I do. I analyze every single little detail because I'm a numbers guy. You see, that's why I'm running the damn league, because I'm looking at every little tidbit. And I can look at 500 to 800 to 2,000 pitches. And if I'm telling you, 99% of the time, it doesn't do that. It's because I already did the homework. I'm not just pulling it out of the sky. Like this is some random thing. So all it is to say is I can tell you right at first pitch when the connection feels like that type of thing will happen. I can tell you right away. And all the crap about, oh, they slow down the video. They slow down the video on the pitching side because of this. Yeah, they slow it down because they know people get crappy connections sometimes. Don't be that person. That's why the video is slowing down. The video is never slowed down when the connection is perfect. When the connection is solid, you don't see any slow motion. There's no slow motion. When I'm pitching and I have a solid connection with someone, there's no slow motion. So all the games are supposed to be that way to me. To me, they're compensating for guys that are playing on Wi-Fi. They're compensating for guys that don't have high speeds. And they're telling you it's a mechanism in the game. No, it's a mechanism for garbage. Don't bring garbage. It's a high-end league. And like it's by far way too many years we've been playing that everyone can't come top of the line. Everyone should be top notch or just resign or just don't play in the league because it's stupid to be playing and arguing about this. Like it's definitely one of the things that makes me don't even want to run the league because if I'm taking it this serious to put together a schedule, to put together this, to set up a playoffs, this score that, like the little bit of work of getting on when no one's on, that's all you have to do, and you can't do it. Then what the hell? This is a waste of a league. This is just a joke. Let's just all get on, and I'll have everyone stream, play on 2 PlayStations, and then somebody wins, and sometime later somebody tells you, well, our game was not accurate, at being correct. It wasn't accurate when you have multiple things going on. Well, I already knew this. This is why I was telling you guys to don't do this. The game is not bringing out somebody's going to be happy about a win or a World Series. We're creating false winners and all this type of stuff. Get on. It's a simple thing. Put some thought before you get on. Break it down in your home when people can get on and people are not on, for you to have your best connection and play at that point. That's it. Q&A. Send me any text. Put anything in the Discord app. It's likely something I missed that we need to go over. But I think these are the critical points. I'll create the rotation channel, and I'll create a channel. Shouldn't really need to do this, but I'll create a channel for the schedule as well. And everything starts tomorrow. Play-in series start tomorrow. Guys that are waiting that have the number 1 seeds. I guess you guys are going to be waiting. Hopefully not 5 days. And we'll get this ball rolling. Let's have some fun. Let's play some baseball. You just saw bracket playoff play baseball in real life. I think that's what's exciting. Bracket playoff baseball is real exciting. This is it. Let's wind it down to this. And the next time I do a video, we'll be talking about the future of the league, or congratulating the winner. Thanks for joining. 50 minutes, 52 minutes. We're all done. And you can see my face anyway, because we'll be doing some more of these for the postseason game. Talk later. Peace.